Alright guys, in this video I'm going to be talking about Mike from the Impulsive podcast, and I'm going to be watching a video of his that he posted on his gaming channel where he watches and reacts to a video of himself going on an e-date with an Instagram model. And I already think it's pretty funny that he's just reacting to a clip of himself on a date, but it's even funnier because he's acting like a dating coach and he's taking himself really seriously and giving out all this crazy advice. And I'm going to start his video in a second here, but before it starts I just want to explain his setup. So in the bottom left, that's him on the date, and then in the middle, that's obviously the girl he's on the date with, and then in the top left, that's him reacting to himself on the date.
Where and what island you on? All right, so right off the bat, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. As you know, I approach this kind of like in an interview or sales format. Later on you'll see me put my hands in a more sales-focused format.
It sounds like this guy just really wants to be a dating coach. Like, I feel like I'm watching some shitty pickup artist video. I mean, this dude's talking about how he approached the date with a sales format. Who the hell says shit like that? Like, it sounds like the start of a dating seminar, not the start of a video on Mike from Impulsive's gaming channel.
I think it's important that you guys understand one thing that girls really love is they love to know that you care. They love to know that you're paying attention and that you want to know.
So if you haven't figured out yet that girls want you to pay attention to them and care about them, then you're hopeless, and no dating advice is going to save you, especially not any advice from this dude.
This is really tough for me because I'm on
Oahu.
Am an egotistical psychopath, and so like really I'd love to talk about myself when possible.
Oh really? You like talking about yourself? I think we're aware of that. We're watching you do a play-by-play for a date that you were just on.
I'm working on it. As you can tell, guys, I'm working on it.
I'm in Honolulu right now.
How's the weather over there?
It's beautiful.
Just hang
Yeah,
out.
I mean sometimes it rains, but it's not that bad. It's like passing. It's like 20 minutes of rain and then some.
See this right here? I picked up on something. Right? Wait,
Yeah.
can you say it's not that bad one more time?
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. You're from New York. Are you from Staten Island or Long Island?
I like how proud of himself he is right here. He felt like it was necessary to pause the video just so he could point out that he picked up on the girl's accent. That's pretty awesome. He's like, yo guys, did you see this? I picked up on something right here. And you could tell how pleased he is with himself for picking that up, because while he's watching it back, he's nodding his head like, yeah, fucking nailed it.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. You're from New York. Are you from Staten Island or Long Island? And let me talk to you for a second.
I have family in Richmond Town.
Oh my god, dude, that's amazing. What do you do for a living?
Wait, he's not going to go anywhere with the Staten Island thing? I thought he was going to obviously keep talking about where she's from. Like, she's like, I got family in Richmond Town. He's like, oh, that's awesome. So what do you do for a living? What the hell? I thought he's going to go somewhere with that. Like, he's so proud of it. He like figured out where she's from without even asking her, but then he just changes the subject. I thought for sure he's going to be like, oh, have you been to this bar in Staten Island or like this restaurant or something? But I guess he just didn't want to go anywhere with that.
What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? Solid. Listen, here's the deal.
God, is he going to analyze every word he says to this chick? I mean, I guess I can't really make fun of him because I'm pretty much doing the same thing. But it's just so funny how seriously he's taking this. He asked her what she did for a living. Like, that's the most basic question ever. You don't need to analyze that at all. And then right before I stop the clip, he's like, all right, listen, here's the deal. So you could tell he's just about to go on some giant rant about it.
Here's the deal. This is applicable across all interactions with women or anyone, guys. Anyone, any kind of sales setting, any kind of situation where you're trying to win the affection or whatever of somebody else. Look at it like a chess game. The first move needs to be getting them to laugh. You need to break that ice. Staten Island, you got to get them to laugh first. Then you can start to build that rapport thereafter.
I wonder if his audience was actually looking for this kind of video, because I understand him talking to some hot chick being good content, but him talking over it and like talking about sales and shit, like who wants to hear that?
Who's covering the Hawaii trip? Is it you got a sponsor out there? Or? Now, okay, always have some funny jokes or talking points that you can go to tucked away on the side of your head. If a girl's talking about exotic places, she's talking about Hawaii, she's talking about traveling, it's funny to bring up sponsors, it's funny to bring up flyouts, it's funny to bring up that kind of stuff. Every girl that's in their 20s to 30s range right now is laughing about that kind of stuff, thinks it's funny.
This is the worst advice ever. Every girl in her 20s or 30s is joking about trip sponsorships and flyouts. What? Like, obviously the girls you're hanging around with are probably talking and joking about that stuff, but like, do you realize who you're talking to here? I don't think many people in your audience are going to be talking to girls who do flyouts buyouts. And I feel like that could easily offend a girl too. Like, oh, you're on a nice vacation? You obviously didn't pay for this. What, did some guy pay for it or something?
Every girl that's in their 20s to 30s range right now is laughing about that kind of stuff, thinks it's funny. Same thing with like OnlyFans, like that kind of stuff. Those conversations are just easy to go to. They're funny. They're reachable, achievable, and they're just easy topics.
Rice gum paying or what?
No, Riscom's not paying. I'm actually paying. I sponsored this trip myself.
See, she paid for it herself. Like, that was terrible advice. Like, never bring up how someone financed their vacation, and definitely don't ask if someone else paid for it.
Trip myself.
Wait, so you started to strip, you said?
No.
All right, classic. Pick a word, spin it around, okay? In the next,
He's having such a good time here. Like, I almost feel bad making fun of him because you could tell, like, he loves doing this shit. And I don't want him to stop putting out these kinds of videos. Like, this is my favorite content of his. And I'm sure it's his as well. Like, he loves talking about himself. Like, look at this. He's talking about some bullshit joke he just made, like, how he came up with it and everything.
spin it around, okay? In the next night shift episode that comes out on Wednesday, the girl that I flew out, Danny Torres, is going to be on the episode. Finally, we met up. She said that she comes out here to do shootings. Okay, obviously she meant to shoot for like magazines and shit like that. She told me she did shootings. I said, you do shootings? Like I turned it into a thing like, you were involved in a shooting. You know what I'm saying? Like, just twist shit up, make it laugh, make it funny.
This just keeps getting better. Like, he remembers one specific joke that he made to some girl, and it's not even like it was a good joke. It sounded like a terrible joke. Like, I don't know why he'd bring that up.
How old are you? Like 22, 21?
I'm 21.
Got it.
So actually, that was actually a little bit of a dropped ball.
Aw, shit, Mike dropped the ball on this one. He got her age wrong by 1 year. There's no way this girl would ever be with him now, right? Like, if you get a girl's age wrong by 1 year, you're done. Like, you got no chance with her.
Sure, you guess under their age. That's very important. For some reason, I really was thinking 22, 23 for this girl. If you overshoot even by a year, you're setting yourself up a little bit for failure.
Mike, you don't need to sugarcoat it. We all know you get a girl's age wrong by 1 year, you got no chance with her. That's a make or break moment right there. You either get her age on the nose or under a little bit, or you're done. But my boy Mike here knows what he's doing. This is the guy who got Lana Rhodes. He'll be able to finesse his way out of this. He'll probably just bring up OnlyFans or something.
Do you have you ever thought about OnlyFans?
Yeah, well, I was telling.
And honestly, like that question, like I said, this is a safe place for me. You know, maybe you like that question, maybe you don't.
Dude, I get it. You gotta do what you can to get away from that age mishap. You almost lost her there. You gotta keep her on the hook by bringing up OnlyFans, because then she'll be thinking about how much goddamn money she could be making from that shit.
Reach out to me.
Now, it's super helpful if you're asking questions about topics that you very much understand and know. And obviously, like, the OnlyFans landscape is something I completely understand and know the background for. So, like, basically, when you're talking to a girl, like, lead her to the water that you know the most about. This is actually great advice. Lead her to the lake that you know how to navigate. So don't ask questions that will produce answers that you can't then build off of. Do you understand what I'm fucking saying to you right now?
Yeah, I fucking understand you, bro. I'm pumped up here. I'm ready. I'm ready to get a girl, bring her to the water that I know the most about, or like the lake that I know, and I can figure out how to navigate it and shit. Like, with this information, I'm never getting denied by a girl. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna call it here for this video because I really want to go test out some of this advice on some girls. So thanks for watching, and there's a lot more to Mike's video, so if you want to see a part 2 to this, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll do a second part. And then also make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also go subscribe to Mike's channel and like some of his videos. He's a good dude. He's a little too into himself. He says some goofy shit, but he's a good dude. Alright, so thanks for watching, and I'll catch you at the next video.